Hi guys, so I wanted to do a couple of Cricut projects today. Most of them I already had cut out, but I have two that I did not have cut out already. So I want to show you the process from start to finish. And both the images I'm going to show you, I got them both off of designbundles.net, and I will link them in the description box below. So once you download your files from designbundles.net. Right, you point to your name, you go down to purchases. It's going to take you to everything you purchased. And then you hit download files. It'll give you a zip folder and you hit download and it will download here in the corner. And once it finishes downloading, you can click on it and it'll give you all the formats that the file is in. SVGs to me work better in Cricut Design Space, so I take the SVG and I drag it to my desktop. Right, so that's how I download my files from Design Bundles. All right, so when you open up Cricut Design Space, it'll look something like this. You may have to log in first. You hit New Project. Right, it'll bring you to this page here. You hit Upload, and this is if you purchased an image from somewhere else. You hit Upload Image. And you look on your computer, well, hit Browse. And I saved mine to the desktop. So the first one I'm going to do is called Nutrition Facts. Here it is, Nutrition Hustle. So you click on it, you click Open. And this is what your file looks like. This is the name. You can put some tags here. Let's say you forget to save it or something like that. After you do your project, you can put some tags here that'll help you find it later. Hit save. Right, so now your image is here. So you click on it to select it. It's that little green box around it, and then you click Insert Images. All right, so here's where you decide what size you want it, whether you want it to cut separately or if you want it to cut as one large file. So over here now, everything is separated. So if I hit Make It right now, I'm shocked it didn't give me it did give me an error message, but I'm shocked that it um, so it's telling me I need to use a larger mat. But you see how it looks now? Of course, we don't want that. Who's going to put that image on there one letter at a time? All right. So that's what it looks like when your letters and everything are separate over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag it over here. And right now, the size, the width is 9.1 or so, and the height is 14. So what I want to do, I want to change the size of it. So I'm going to go down to 8 first, right? But it's still, the height is still 14. So 14 is too long for my mat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll down and you see this lock here. Click that lock. And now you can change both sizes because before, when you change one size, the other size automatically changed to what it thinks it should be. So if you hit unlock, I can do maybe 8 by 10. All right. And this is what it looks like. So you play with it a little bit to see you know, what size you want it, different things like that. Um, Depending on if you put it on a shirt or bag, that will help you decide what size you want your image. So I'm going to keep this at 8 by 10. And then what I want to do, I want to make sure that it is selected. I want to make sure it's selected. Over here, I'm just going to hit this arrow next to the title, Nutrition Hustle. Bring everything together. Go down here to weld and hit weld. Okay, so it took me a few minutes, but once you bring everything together by hitting an arrow and click weld, it'll make it now one full cut file. And how you know, if you hit make it, just like we did before, you see now that it's on one mat and it's all together. So I just kind of like to look, make sure everything is lined up properly, to make sure that I line up everything on my mat properly, because you don't want to cut this and waste vinyl and something is off or something like that. I always cut my vinyl a little bigger. So this is 8 by 10. But if you see on the mat, it doesn't start cutting at the very edge, right? But that's where I place my vinyl. I place my vinyl at the very edge of the mat. I'll show you a picture of it. But I cut it large enough, my vinyl, to make sure that it fits this picture. So my vinyl is cut about 8.5 or 9 by 12. And sometimes you do waste a little vinyl, but you know, better safe than sorry. And now what you want to do, make sure anytime you're working with heat transfer vinyl, because I'm either putting this on a bag or a shirt. I haven't decided yet. But anytime you're working with heat transfer vinyl, always make sure you turn on mirror. All right. So make sure you mirror your image. Right. Then you hit continue. It's looking for my machine. All right. And now you select whatever vinyl you're using. I'm using the Everyday Iron-On. And it will also tell you again, you have this little triangle here. It says make sure mirror is turned on and make sure your material is face down, the shiny side down. So on heat transfer vinyl, there is a shiny side and a dull side. Your shiny side goes face down on the mat. All right. Once you make sure you have your mirror on, and to check, it'll say mirror on over here. And then you go to your Cricut and your load light should be flashing. I have the Maker, so I have buttons. If you have the Explorer Air, I think you have a knob on it. So you have to turn the knob to the type of material you're using. You do have your load button. I'm not sure about the Cricut button because I haven't paid attention on the Explorer Air 2. All right, so I always cut my vinyl a little bit smaller. Like I said, it's about 8.5 by almost 12, so maybe 11.25. This is my shiny side. You can tell the difference. This side is shiny, that side is dull. My shiny side is face down on the mat. All right, so my mat is not as sticky as it was when I first bought it. I need to clean it. So I like to put a little washi tape in the corners, just to make sure it holds in place. And you see your load button flashing. Alright, and it loads your material. And then the Cricut button will start flashing. And it'll start to cut. And I'm not going to make you watch all of that. So while your vinyl is being cut on your Cricut machine, you'll see the countdown on your screen and it lets you know what percentage you're at. When it gets to 100%, your load button will start flashing again and you can unload your mat. Okay, so once it's done, your load button starts to flash again. You hit it and you take your mat out. And I'm gonna try to do this with one hand, trying to get this washi tape off. All right. And when you get ready to take your vinyl off your mat, flip your mat over and peel your mat away from your design. This is not very elegant because I'm trying to do it with one hand, but peel your mat away from your design. Oh, don't mind me. Yeah. Yep. So peel your mat away from your design instead of peeling your design away from your mat. All right. Okay, so when you are done, you'll see a finish button down here. I had hit finish before I started back recording, but there'll be a finish button down here in that other screen. You hit finish. It'll take you back to this screen. I always save mine because I always end up using it over and over again. So I hit save, name it something, and hit save. All right. And now I want to do a new one. So I hit new. And a lot of people may say that this is, me doing extra work, but I like the fonts that are in Canva. And a lot of the fonts in Cricut Design Space you have to pay for. So I have one of my favorite fonts in Canva. So I'm going to show you how I create words and things in Canva. And I'm going to use that other SVG that I got off Design Bundles and add the two together. So anywho, I hit create a design and custom size. And I usually do 3 by 3 inches. So you would type that here. Make sure you change pixels to inches. And I'll do 3 by 3. And then hit create a design. That's just going to give me a box. And what I want to do is I want to type I want to type boss life. So I'm going to go over here to text and hit text. You can do heading or subheading, doesn't matter because I'm changing the font anyway. So boss life. You can make it bigger by grabbing this corner with the circle around it. Make sure your arrow has your 2 arrowheads going in opposite directions. You can drag it and make it bigger. Again, doesn't matter what size you make it because you can change it in Cricut Design Space. Right, so I'm just going to take it and drag it to the middle. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm just like a little bit anal when it comes to certain things. All right, so my favorite font here. So once you have it how you want it, go up here and change your font. I like this Parasine. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that is my favorite font to use. I click on it and then my font is changed. So I have Canva Pro, which means I can do a transparent background for my designs, but I'm not going to do one. I'm just going to show you for those that may not pay for Canva and you have the free version, right? So you go to download, file type PNG because Cricut Design Space takes PNGs. Hit download and it's going to download on your computer. And I'm just going to hit continue editing to get that box out of the way. It's downloaded down here. So now I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space. And remember, we hit new. So we're going to go to upload. And I'm going to upload my two things. I got to do it one at a time though because they're not saved in the same spot. So my lady is saved on my desktop. Right. That's her. Hit save. All right, she's saved. And now I'm going to hit upload image again. I'm going to hit browse. Go to my downloads. And grab my boss lady. I always do simple if it's just writing. All right. And here, where it says select and erase, I'm just going to click the background. I click the background twice and it's taking the background out of that PNG. So this part won't cut. So the background is gone. Now I need to bring this up so you can see it. So now it has a transparent background and I'm going to take out all of these other white spaces. All right. So you do not have to have Canva Pro. You can make your design, download it as a PNG, and when you get to this select and erase part, you can click on or click and drag anything that you don't want in the background. So I think I got it all. I'm going to hit continue. And if you save it as a print and cut, that means you're going to have to print it on your computer and then cut it with the Cricut. So making sure I save it as a cut image, I select it and I hit save. All right, so now I'm going to select my lady, click insert image. All right, and now I'm also going to hit upload again. Click on my boss life and insert image. All right, so now I want to bring, oops, a bit too far down. I want to move boss life so you can see it. And I want to move it below my girl. So when I print it out, I want it to print so like she's in the center of boss life. So I'm gonna move her over. Going down too far. Right, there's her, there's boss life. And you can bring it as close or as far away as you want. All right, I think that's okay. And then you can cut these two separately if you want to. But I want to cut mine all together. But first, I need to make sure it's going to fit on my mat. So my mouse is out of commission right now because the battery is dead. Right. So I think it's okay because my length of the vinyl that I cut is almost 12, and this only goes down to right above 11. So that part is fine. And however, my width is only about 9. So I need to change the size of my width, my boss lady. So I click on it. Boss lifestyle. Sorry. Um, so I'm just gonna hit this lock here to unlock it. And my width, I want to make it 8.5. All right. So I may have to move things on my mat just to make sure that it fits, but we'll do that in a second. And I think I'm gonna move her over a little bit. I need to be able to see Boss Life as well. I need my mouse. I need to put batteries in it because this. And for some reason, I feel like I wanted this to say Boss Lady, but it doesn't. It says Boss Life, but that's okay. Um, and I may change it once we're done. Once I'm done with the video, I may change it to say Boss Life instead of Boss Lady. I mean Boss Lady instead of Boss Life. Anyway, um, once you kind of get it to where you think you want it, um, I'm going to hit my arrow over here by Boss Life, and I'm going to hit my lady here. Going to hit that arrow. Um, all right, so what I did, I wanted to select them both at the same time. So what I did, I wanted to select them both at the same time. So I clicked on Boss Life. That's after I hit the arrow. Hold down Shift on my control. Hold down Control on my keyboard and I click the next file. That way both of them are selected. I hit Weld down here at the bottom. So now it becomes one full file. All right. You hit Make It. I might leave it as Boss Life. Can't make up my mind. So it's on your mat, Boss Life. I want to make sure it's gonna fit. I think it should be okay. Always make sure if you're using heat transfer vinyl to mirror your image. All right. You hit continue. It's gonna find your machine. And again, the Explorer Air 2 is a little different because it has the knob. And I know you have to turn the knob to the material that you're using. I'm not an expert on that machine because I don't have it. I have the maker. I'm hitting everyday iron on. Again, it'll tell you make sure mirror is turned on. Iron on material is face down, so shiny side down. I'm not going to show you the whole process that I just showed you with your load button blinking. You load your mat, it cuts. I'm not going to show you that part. But yeah, that's how you can combine an image with words. And next thing I'm going to do, I'm probably going to be weeding all of these things that I have cut and then ironing them on either a bag or a t-shirt. Alright guys, so I am just going to heat press all of the designs on the shirts. I'm doing a combination of sweatshirts and t-shirts, and I'll just show you guys that process. And I'm not going to talk you through each one. I'll do this one, and then the rest I'll kind of speed up. Alright, so first thing you want to do, you want to take your lint roller and get off any lint or anything like that, because you don't want that to show up on your design. Alright, I got my lint roller from the Dollar Tree, nothing special. Then you want to press out some of the excess moisture that might be in the shirt or the garment, and it's just about 5 seconds. And I do have a t-shirt ruler that measures the center of your t-shirt and everything. And I may do it for a couple of these designs. But if you don't have a t-shirt ruler, one thing you can do, fold your t-shirt in half and press it and find the center that way. That's a good alternative to if you don't have a t-shirt ruler. But there are also SVGs that you can purchase on design bundles, and if you have a Cricut machine or even a printer, you can print out the t-shirt ruler yourself, the design for it, and you can laminate it. So there are always alternative ways. I wanted to support this lady, so I just bought hers. So now I have the center of my t-shirt. Let me get the design. Always make sure you have your parchment paper ready as well. You all saw me weed this design. This design took so long to weed. And to find the center of my designs, I just fold it in half and just kind of pinch the top here. And that's how I get the center of my designs. For like bigger or longer designs, I only go down about 2 inches. Everything else I go down about 3 inches. So I'm going to bring my shirt up a smidge, because I do want to press all of this at once. Right. Take my parchment paper. You can use a Teflon sheet. And whatever vinyl you're using from whatever company, they should tell you how long to press. I do 320 for 20 seconds. And it should also tell you whether it's a warm peel or a cool peel. Warm peel meaning you can peel it as soon as your 20 seconds, 30 seconds, however long you do it, are up. This is the Caesar Easy Weed, or Sizer, still not sure. And it's a warm peel, so you peel it while it's still warm. And then what I like to do is put my parchment over it and press it for about another 10 seconds. Alright, and this one is done. Alright, and all the rest of them I'll just kind of speed that up, put some music behind it, and that will be it.